Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dr. Princess Fomi Hancock. I'm an African princess that's living in diaspora, a board-certified doctor of nurse practice in the area of psychiatry. I own Pool of Bethesda in Arizona. Of course, I'm a best-selling author. People call me your life rehab ambassador. Others know me your vision midwife. And of course, some people call me your trauma care maestro. So today I wanted to talk to you about stress. This month, the month of April, is what we call the Stress Awareness Month. And so when you look around you on social media platforms, you'll see a lot of people that are talking about stress. And so for me today, particularly with everything that we've been through with COVID, the social injustice and all the drama that's just going on, the insurrection and January 6th, it is important that we talk a little bit about stress. How do we manage our stress? Now, Stress Awareness Month, what does it do? It increases the public's awareness about what? About the causes of stress and how to help combat stress in this modern day, right? Handling stress can be very, very difficult. It is also very different for everyone, and it can filter in from various parts of our lives. Some of us, it could be physical. Some of us, it could be emotional. Others, it could be psychosocial. Others, it could be mentally. Either way, stress as we see it comes from different parts depending on what we are exposed to. Some of us are catching stress right now from workplace to personal relationships. Learning about this month can certainly help anyone, and I mean anyone, who struggles to cope with their stress. And of course, if you need guidance and advice, this is a good place to start. Stress Awareness Month happens each each April of every year. It's important to learn some strategies for coping with this particular silent scourge. So let's get started. There are three types of stress that I know of. One is called the acute stress, which is one that's happening right now. Acute stress is usually brief. Not just that alone, it is the most common and the most frequent that we encounter. Acute stress is most often caused by reactive thinking, negative thoughts predominate situations or events that have eventually occurred or are upcoming. So again, acute stress, brief. Now we talk about episodic acute stress. These are when people who frequently experience acute stress or whose lives present with frequent triggers of stress. They have episodic acute stress. The individuals who frequently suffer this type of acute stress often live a life of chaos and, as my children would call it, drama. All right. Then the third one you call the chronic stress. Chronic stress is the most harmful type of stress. If you have chronic stress, and if chronic stress is left untreated over a long period of time, it can significantly, and I mean significantly, damage your physical health, your emotional health, your psychological health. I mean, it can literally damage your health, period. And of course, you find your mental health deteriorating too. So why Stress Awareness Month is important? Let's talk a little bit about that. When we celebrate stress awareness this month of April, here are some things that he does for us when we do celebrate it. It reminds us to pay attention to our health, right? Ever so often, we find ourselves running, even with this pandemic, that many of us have been cooped up in the house. We still find a way to go out and be running all over the place. So it reminds us to pay attention to our health. Stress Awareness Month is a national cooperative effort to inform people about the dangers of stress, successful coping skills or strategies, as she would call it, and harmful misconceptions about stress that are prevalent in our society. Now, when I say national, this information that I'm also giving you, if you are in London, if you are in Europe, if you are in Africa, you can still use this information. So I don't want you to hear national and then tune out. All right. So Stress Awareness Month has been an ongoing campaign of awareness and education since 1992 in America. Because we're all feeling it, a recent survey found that about two-thirds of U.S. workers report engaging in behavior such as drinking or crying regularly or being agitated, irritated, anger outburst in order to deal with stress. So here are ways that you could manage stress. Exercise. Even 20 or 30 minutes a day of walking is such a great stress reliever. And it's a good way to get your mind off your daily worries. So exercise has many benefits and many health benefits, if I may add. Relaxation. Many of us cannot relax even if our lives depended on it. I know sometime I'm like that too. When I have a project ahead of me, I can't sit still. But it's important for our own health, for us to be able to keep our own health to full capacity. We have to learn, as I always said to some of my fearless visionary sisters, I say, hashtag sit yourself down. You have to learn to sit yourself down. And the way that you learn to sit yourself down is through relaxation. So learn to incorporate some relaxation techniques into your daily life. Maybe meditation. Do you love meditation? Do you love to read? Do you love to journal? Do you love yoga? Do you love breathing exercises? These are just few ways that you can relax. Of course, that big one, sleep and rest. To relieve stress before bed, try some relaxation techniques and disconnect from technology as much as possible, at least an hour before bed. Now, let me say this. I have some parents that I take care of their kids, right? And they tell me, oh, Johnny has insomnia. He can never sleep. He can't sleep. He can't do. So I asked them, well, since Johnny has been home, just how many hours does he spend playing the game? Then they tell me, oh yeah, because they do online schools now and I don't want him bored. So we just bought him a game and we just put him in his room and he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Now, here's the thing. If a kid is spending 8 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours on games, this kid is going to be overstimulated. So that when it's time for him to lay down, he's going to obviously have problems laying down. So it's important, not just as adults, even for our kids, as you hear this, it's important that, for example, if you know they're going to be going to bed at 9, by 7:30 after dinner, you need to incorporate something in their lives that's going to make them calm down so that way they can sleep. All right? Spending quality time with family and friends. This is assuming that you have friends. And this is also assuming that you have families. That spending quality time with them or simply watching your favorite sitcom can often be just the distraction that you need. Also, eating well. What are you eating? What are you eating? 2 days ago, one of my patients, the mom said to me, oh, I think I found the solution. I found the answers to his problem. I said, what? He says, you know how He's just going all over the place, so hyper and whatever. Yes. Well, I noticed that he's been eating a lot of sugar. Now, depending on the school of thought that you talk to, some will tell you that sugar has nothing to do with somebody being high like that. Others will say, it does. But this is the mother, and she's noticed the difference in this kid's behavior when he is hyper on candies. So we want to eat well, we want to eat right, but we want to eat the right thing at the same time too, if you know what I mean. Above all, it's important that you do not self-diagnose yourself. I cannot tell you enough how many people walk into my clinic and tell me, oh, Dr. Hancock, I was looking on the internet, I was looking in the, GOO, yeah, that one. I was looking at, this is what I saw. It scared me. This medication, it scared me. That scared me. This scared me. Now, quit looking, right? Your Google search cannot replace your professional provider. So it's important that you visit your physician if it's a primary care issue. You visit your psychiatric provider if it's a mental health issue. And God knows we are all dealing with so much lately. There have been an increase in suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideation, and even the completion of suicide. There has been increase. Now, catch this. There have been increase in something called conversion disorder. I'm going to talk about that some other time, where you're feeling all this, you're having all these emotions, you're having all these symptoms that are visible, that are real to you, and yet there's no science or no medical to back it up. I'm going to talk about that because there is an increase in that. There's a rise in that now amongst our teenagers. So visit your physician, your family physician, or your mental health provider is the best position to get you started on the path to a stress-free lifestyle. So make an appointment. Proper stress management helps you break the hold stress has on your life so that you can be happier, you can be healthier, and of course, more productive. Isn't that what we all want, right? The ultimate goal is a balanced life with time from work, relationships, relaxation, and fun. It is important that we have time. Just as much as we work hard, we need to play too. All right? Have fun and the resilience to hold up under pressure and meet challenges head on. So it's important to learn certain approaches for coping with this particular silent tormentor. And I call it silent tormentor because doesn't stress torment people, right? So here's my question. Are you stressed today? Do you want to check your stress levels? Or do you want to know more about stress management? Then talk to a board-certified healthcare professional like myself. For details, please go to pobpsychiatry.com. Or you can find me on my own personal website, drfumi.psych.dmp.com. pobpsychiatry.com. Until next time, be inspired, be motivated, be of sentimental value. Understand that you are the hero in your own life story. Do not allow anybody to write your story in any funky way. And I will see you next time. It's bye for now. Bye-bye.